All right, so welcome, ladies, to Manifesting Abundance Consciously. Today, we're going to talk about the law of attraction and how we can use self-love to become magnetic. So, a lot of people talk about the law of attraction, and it's an idea or an aspect of personal development and spirituality that I've found not many people understand. So in this class, I'm going to show you how you can use it in your advantage using self-love so you can attract beautiful things into your life. So cool, let's get started. So a little bit of housekeeping. Whenever you are doing anything personal development or anything healing or related to yourself, allow yourself to unplug, to completely, fully give yourself that time. So give yourself permission to completely disconnect and pour your attention into what you're doing. This is going to help your mind, body, and soul connect with the content, connect with yourself, and actually facilitate breakthroughs. So allow yourself to have this time for yourself. So turn off any distraction and give yourself 1 hour to connect with a new perspective or something that you might not have considered. Keep an open mind and an open heart. Usually these topics can be a little bit challenging to the way we think. So just come here with the intention to think in something new, to open your heart and your mind to something different. Take notes. I find that journaling or taking notes usually facilitates you having breakthroughs or you thinking in and kind of like getting the content more to your core. So take notes just for you so you can write whatever comes to your mind while I'm sharing this content. I also want to say, remember how amazing you are. You are here, you're showing up for yourself, and congratulate yourself for that because, you are giving yourself this time to be here with yourself, to learn something new, and that is amazing. Now, participate. Your energy makes all the difference. I truly want this to be like a two-way interaction. I'm going to be constantly checking in on you, although at the first half I'm going to be talking. At the end, I would love it if you could kind of like connect and share, because we have so many energies here, and the idea is that we all kind of like get from each other. So have a little chat while I ask you questions. So just connect with me while I'm talking. So it's a two-way interaction. And let's have fun, okay? And let's get going. Cool. So let's talk about the law of attraction. So the law of attraction says that like attracts like. What does that mean? It is actually one of the 12 laws of the universe. Just like the law of gravity, when I drop something, something falls down, there are another 12 laws that are always working in the universe. So the law of attraction is only one of those, and we're going to focus our attention on only one of those laws right now. So this is a law that is always working, regardless you use it consciously or not. So the law of attraction states that we attract people or things or events into our life that are vibrating at the same frequency. So this is very linked to the law of vibration, which we're not going to go deep into, but the law of vibration says that everything holds a vibration and everything is always moving. So the law of attraction is the law of vibration in action. Yeah. So this is a little bit messy. So the best way to understand it is to see everything and everyone like magnets. Everyone is a magnet because everyone has a vibration and everyone is attracting things that are vibrating at the same frequency. You, me, every single woman in this room, and every person around you is a magnet. Share with me in the chat box if you have heard about this law, if you understand it, if this is a new perspective, so I know where are we meeting you guys. Share with me. Yep, I've heard about it. Cool. Yes, I've heard about this law before. I already know it. Awesome. Yes, I have heard of it too. Amazing. Awesome. So we're gonna see how we can use it consciously. Yeah, and for that, I'm just going to tell you a story. Okay, so this is the story of two girls that are living exactly the same day. So we have Manuela and we have Silvia. So Manuela and Silvia are both walking down the park. They're walking to their workplace and they see a bird and they say, wow, that bird is beautiful. Look at that bird. But then the bird poos in them. And this happens to both of them in the same day. So Manuela has this reaction. She says, oh, wow, that's such good luck. That's amazing. A bird just put in me. Whereas Sylvia says, ew, why me? Why is this happening to me? Yeah. So same event, and they both have different reactions to the event. So let's keep going. Manuela and Sylvia have been put on by a bird on their way to work. So naturally, they have to go to the bathroom, right? They have to go to the bathroom and clean themselves up. So what happens in the bathroom is that it's crowded, you know, because they were in the park and it was a sunny day. So they went to the bathroom, the park was crowded. And the bathroom was crowded, of course. So it took them a while to be able to get to a place where they could clean themselves. So Manuela sees this and she sees the people that are, you know, in the bathroom and she starts talking to them. She starts like, okay, what are you doing in the park? Whereas Sylvia, in the exact same situation, she just gets frustrated. She just gets annoyed. She's like, why is this happening to me? So Manuela says, wow, such a good thing. I could meet you guys because she talks to people. She got to meet 3 new girls that were just in the bathroom, just like her, and she had a little chat with them, and they were really cool. Whereas Sylvia, she gets frustrated, she's annoyed, she's like, I have birds poo in my hair, and now this is crowded. Why does this keep happening to me? Yeah, so this is what happened in the bathroom. Same circumstance, but different way of seeing the world. Hang on, someone's trying to get in. Cool. So then their jackets are also dirty, right? Because the birds poo is on them. So they have to go to the cleaning room, to the laundry. So they go to the laundry and they have to leave their jacket, right? But then in the laundry, they meet a guy, you know, a guy that they've kind of been seeing, and now the guy is there. So Manuela, she sees the opportunity and she's like, wow, let's talk to this guy that I keep running into. What is this? Whereas Sylvia, she thinks, oh, this guy must be stalking me. Why do I keep seeing this guy everywhere I go? So same, Manuela and Sylvia are in exactly the same situation, but Manuela talks to the guy and she gets a date out of it. So the guy asks her on a date. Whereas Sylvia, she thinks this guy is stalking me. Why do I have a stalker? Why does this keep happening to me? Yeah, so same situation, different perspective. And then at the end of the day, they got late to work, you know, because all of this happened. The bathroom was crowded. They got birds poo on them. They, you know, talked to this guy or they were being stalked. Each situation was different depending on how they saw it. And at the end of the day, they both got late to work. So once they got to work, the team had already bounced all the ideas of the meeting and they had already decided on something. So for Manuela, she says, oh, well, I'm so happy that you guys got to a good conclusion. Whereas Sylvia, she says, I can't believe that you disrespect me by keeping me out of this decision. So same, both teams, they make a decision because she was late, and Manuela sees it as a good thing, and Sylvia sees it as a disrespectful situation. So all this goes to this. Both Manuela and Sylvia had exactly the same day. They were put on by a bird. They had to go to the bathroom when it was crowded. They had to go to the laundry room, to the, laundry. I don't know how you call it. And they also were late to work. But they both had a very different day. So for Manuela, she's happy. She's like, I made new friends. I got a date. I had an easy day at work because, I got there and everything was done. So it's the best day ever. And she says, wow, bird's poo truly is good luck. Whereas Sylvia, she says, ew, I started my day with bird's poo. There were people everywhere. I have a guy that is stalking me. Someone disrespected me at work. It's the worst day ever. And it's all the bird's fault. So this is about perspective. So it's a matter of how you see the world. It's a matter of perspective. So what you've seen probably about the law of attraction is that if you imagine something good, good things will happen. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not about that. It's about how you see the world. It's about how you choose to live your life and how you decide that things around you are happening. So it's all a matter of perspective. This is what's happening in Manuela's head. Manuela thinks that she's always in the right place, that the universe always supports her, and that she chooses to live a life of joy. So she gets good things. She sees everything as an opportunity, as a good thing that the universe is providing. Whereas Sylvia is thinking that she's always wrong, that everybody is against her, and that she's always surrounded by problems. So you are using the law of attraction consciously through the way you choose to see life, through your perspective. So share with me in the chat box, is this new? Is this a new perspective? Is this how you've seen the law of attraction before? And tell me in the comments. Let's chat. This is a new perspective for me. Awesome. I love it. Anyone else? So from what you've heard, from what you know about the law of attraction, how is this different? I have always felt like Manuela. I love that. That's good, Camila. We all can be Manuelas. And that's our choice. Cool. Anyone else would like to share? Is this new? Barbara, Alejandra, Hilda, Mariana, Paola. New, kind of. I felt like Sylvia before. Yes, it's a very easy place to fall to, because we are taught that everything's a threat and that nothing around us is working. So we have to be hardworking so everything kind of fits in. Manuela here. That's awesome, Mariana. Love that. Alejandra says, I think it also depends on the situation. In general, I tend to be more like Manuela. However, sometimes we experience things that will trigger us more than others. That is exactly true. And that's where we are going next. Thank you for sharing that, Alejandra. That's also true, Alejandra. Yep. So, because it's a matter of perspective, we can always be consciously attracting from the way we look at things. Yeah. So this is where the conscious part comes into play. If we know that external circumstances are always out of our control, we can choose the perspective we have towards things. So what decides what you attract is defined by your inner perspective. And what defines your inner perspective? Your beliefs, your thoughts, and the way you relate to your mind, your actions, your reactions to life, your desires, and your words. So to connect with what Alejandra was sharing, that it depends on the situation, and some things can trigger us more than others. Yes, it all depends on how our inner perspective is wired. Yeah. So if we go back to the example, Manuela, she sees the perspective of I'm always in the right place, the universe supports me, and I choose to live a life of joy. So anything in my way, I believe, is supporting me. Whereas Sylvia, she sees threats, she sees problems. She's choosing to see problems, even unconsciously. She's not conscious about her own decision. And it is all determined by this, by someone's beliefs, by someone's thoughts, by how they act, by how they react or respond to life, and what they desire. Also what they say, what they think, everything that they do. Yeah, because everything is under your control. That comes from you. This is under your control. Your beliefs, your thoughts, your actions, your reactions, your desires, and your words. For example, back to the story. Someone pooping on you, a bird pooping on you, out of your control. That is not under your control. But your beliefs and thoughts around it are. And it determines how you attract things into your life. Yeah. So what defines how you see the world is your relationship with yourself, is how your inner perspective works, how you are wired. So your relationship with yourself is your self-confidence, your self-trust, your self-responsibility, your self-awareness. If we look at the example, Manuela is super confident about herself. She knows that she's always in the right place. She knows that the world is working for her, that anything that happens, she can trust that she will respond in a good way. Whereas Sylvia is not taking responsibility for her life. She is always blaming others. She's always pinning her pain to other people. She sees threats and problems. And that is the way she is wired internally with her own relationship. Yeah, so Sylvia will always be attracting negative things because she thinks that she's always wrong and everybody's against her and that there's always problems. So it all comes down to how much your inner perspective is wired and how much you love yourself. How good is the relationship with yourself? So we attract to the extent that we can trust and be responsible for ourselves. Is this making sense? Let's chat a little. Does this cover your comment, Alejandra? Yes, totally. Awesome. Cool. Absolutely. Awesome. So what can we do about this? You know, because as Alejandra said, it depends on the situation. Yes, awesome. Well, because our perspective is defined by our beliefs, our thoughts, our mindset, what we need to do is address the relationship with ourselves. is to consciously decide that we're going to shift our perspective from problems and threats to opportunities and positivity. Yeah. So the first step to step into a Manuela version of ourselves is to be aware of our beliefs. So we adopt our set of beliefs in childhood when we are growing up. And for example, Sylvia, she could have grown up in an environment where she was told that everything was a threat for her, that nobody loved her, that she's not good enough for anything, that she will never have a love in the love of her life, that she is never in the right place. So Sylvia might be holding those beliefs, and those beliefs she adopted in her childhood. So what Sylvia would need to do is to release anything that's keeping her in those thoughts, in those beliefs that she always sees problems and threats. So the first step is to release any belief that is no longer serving you, like Sylvia, and let go of anything that keeps you seeing things from a negative perspective. So this is very connected to your own wounds and to how much you have overcome trauma of the past. So this is where we talk about healing. Why? Because letting go of beliefs is not just like, okay, I have this belief that I'm not good enough and I'm just going to drop it. It's about nurturing that part of me that thinks they're not good enough and to heal it consciously. To say, I'm going to see this part of me that is wounded and I'm going to nurture it and heal it. And then incorporate it back to me. So there's a lot of unlearning as well. So if you've been taught that everything's a threat, there's a lot of Latinas here. So in our communities, in our countries, we're very used to experiencing threat. We're very used to seeing, and also in the Philippines and some areas of Asia, where there's so much street fighting, and we learn that everything's a threat. So if those beliefs are in our head, we need to consciously look at them and see the part of ourselves that still holds the belief and heal it. Right, agree, cool. So that's the first step, healing and unlearning. Unlearning those things that you think are true and heal parts of yourself. In my opinion, this is the hardest part. Yes, Camila, that's exactly what I want you to see, because we think that the law of attraction is just so easy. It's just like, I think of what I want and then I'll receive. But there's always resistance. There's always something on the way. And what is on the way is the beliefs, it's the mindset. It's if I want to attract love into my life and I want to meet the love of my life, there might be a belief in me that says, I don't deserve love, or I'm not good enough to be in love, or nobody will ever love me. So if we are here and our desire is here, the resistance is in the middle. And this is where we talk about healing and unlearning, because it's not something about just saying, it's nice, I can have it. It's about releasing what is not letting us get to the knowledge that I can have it. So let's go back to Sylvia. If Sylvia has this belief, I'm always wrong, I'm always in the wrong place, I'm always being hurt, I'm always in bad situations, she will always see herself in bad situations. She will, whatever happens, she could be giving $1 million and think This is the worst thing that can happen. People are going to rob me. Because whatever happens in her life, that's what she's going to see, because that is her perspective. So what she needs to do consciously is to release that belief that she is always wrong and that she's always in the wrong place. So this is heavy. This is heavier than you can grasp. And that's the intention of this class, that you see that consciously deciding to heal is brave. It's about letting go of parts of yourself that you have lived for many, many years. So thank you for saying that, Camila. Okay, so that's the first step. Second step, once we have healed and released a thought or a pattern, we are ready to reconnect with parts of ourselves and learn new beliefs. So going back to the case of Sylvia, if she thinks she's always wrong, I'm always in the wrong place, and she lets go of that belief, she's ready to reconnect with the part of herself that feels that she's always in the right place. So it's like there's a disconnection with a part of you, you let go of the belief, and then you integrate a new part of you that believes something new. So when you let go of all beliefs, you're ready to reconnect with new parts of you and adopt new beliefs. That's the second step. So it's about unlearning and then relearning new beliefs. And then the third step, to consciously manifest using the law of attraction and self-love, is to integrate the new beliefs and take action using them. So once you have released a belief, adopted a new one, then you have a new tool in your heart, in your existence, to go and live life as your true self, as a Manuela, as a person that feels that she's always in the right place. So this is integration and taking action. Is this making sense? Is this 1, 2, 3 clear? Share with me in the chat box. Yes, awesome. Yes, all clear. Yes, it's clear. I love it. Thank you guys for connecting with me. Yes, it's amazing. Okay, so here's the next part. This is not a linear part. This is actually a cycle. So once you have done 1, 2, 3, and you're a new person, you will find another belief that is holding you back. So let's say Sylvia released that belief that she's always wrong. And that she's always in the wrong place. So she lets go of that and she integrates a part of her that says, I'm always in the right place and I will believe that this is true. Then she integrates and takes action and acts like a Mariana. Then she will find herself in a new situation that is going to challenge her in the same way. So she comes back to step 1 with a different belief. Because we don't have only 1 belief or 2 beliefs or 3 beliefs or 10 beliefs. We have thousands of beliefs that have been given to us by our parents, our culture, the media. We have thousands of them. So this process will always be on repeat. And the moment that you become conscious about that, you will bring in more good things into your life. You will be grateful for the things that you attract consciously, and you will also be conscious that the process is not linear, that it is a cycle. Is this making sense? I don't want to lose you. I want it all to be clear. Yep, awesome. Let's see, 100%. I love it. Cool. So the cycle is not linear. It is a lifetime expansion. So if Sylvia finds herself here with the I'm always wrong and I'm always in the wrong place, and she does the cycle with a 1, 2, 3, healing reconnecting, and taking action. Then she steps into a new version of herself that is here. But then she finds here that there's another belief she has, like, I'm not worthy of love. So she does the 1, 2, 3 here. Yeah. The letting go, the releasing, the healing, the integrating, and the taking action. And then she finds the love of her life. But then she finds, I'm not good enough to have $1 million. Okay, so then she does the same. 1, 2, 3. What parts of me are believing this? How can I heal, disconnect from that belief, and reconnect with a new one? So this is always happening. You are always finding new beliefs that are holding you back. And the more you release them, the more you expand into new versions of you. This is what people say when it's like, oh, I'm working on being my best self. Yeah. Your best self is not just one. Your best self is multi-layered. Yeah, because once you let go of one belief, you find something about yourself. You go and do awesome things with that, and then you find something else. So this is how we can consciously become a new person who consciously uses the law of attraction through perspective to attract more abundance. Did you notice that I said that you always bring in something new? For example, in this layer, she learned how to be okay with bird's poo in her hair, right? In this version of her, she attracted the love of her life. In this layer of her, she attracted $1 million business. In this layer of her, she might attract being, I don't know, the president of a country, like I'm being very expansive, just so you can see the level of attraction that you can create through perspective, through becoming always the next best version of you. Is this making sense? Chat with me. Let's see how you're feeling. Yes. Awesome. Cool. So that's how we can use consciously the law of attraction. So consciously knowing that it's always in me, that I have the power to heal myself. Law of attraction saying I release an old belief and then I can see abundance. So if we go back to the story, Manuela, she was so abundant. Look at all the things she got. She got a new friend. She got a date and an easy day at work. This is how she consciously manifested abundance. So she got so many things out of exactly the same day. Whereas Sylvia, she just got frustrated. She got feeling bad about herself and, wondering what's wrong with her. So same day, very different outcomes, because Manuela just attracted with her energy, because that's what she saw. She was vibrating at a higher frequency. So she saw all the possibilities. And that's how you consciously attract abundance. Probably Manuela, she was so happy walking down the street that she saw $100 bill. Done, manifested $100. But Sylvia was so frustrated with herself and what is wrong with me that she missed it. So when you're more present, when you're more happy with yourself, the best you choose that the relationship with yourself will be better, you will see more abundance in your life, because everything's about perspective. Yeah, cool. So this is the fun part. You can all kind of like take off your mics if you want to ask me questions. If you're shy, you can pop me questions in the chat box. And then this is where, you have me and you get to ask questions. So go ahead. The floor is yours. Anyone? No questions?
Me, I have a question.
Yeah.
what if, like, I'm trying to, for example, that I'm trying to change my beliefs of myself around work, in trying to be more positive, and before everything is like everyone is against me. Now I'm trying to have like a positive, kind of more open mind around work and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What if you keep trying to be as positive as that, and there is something third one that is always it, probably you perceive that it always something or a aspect against you around that, even though you try to be like the positive in trying to um, be open, and it's like, I'm gonna try this because I'm gonna try get more money, or I'm gonna try a new job and everything.
Mm-hmm.
How you stay positive when something negative is against you.
Yeah, so it's not about being positive.
Mm.
It's about your own relationship with yourself and what you make it mean.
Mm.
So like, if you, let's say at work you have a situation and I don't know, a colleague of yours doesn't respect you, what do you make it mean about you that the colleague doesn't respect you? Because nothing around you is under your control. Other people, situations, what happens in the world, that is not under your control. What is under your control is your perspective towards it, what you think, what you feel, what you do about it, and how you speak about it. So it is not about positivity, it is about you looking at that and not making it mean anything about you.
Okay.
The problem is that because we are so conditioned to getting external validation and saying, okay, so if I have a boyfriend, if my boss loves me, if I have money, then that means I'm a good person and I'm good enough. So that's always making mean something about the external world. But when we improve the relationship with ourselves and we say, I am good enough and beautiful and amazing, even if my colleague hates me and I don't have money and I don't have a car and I don't have a job, that's when you'll see the opportunities. When you will be in a frequency of I'm good enough and I love myself and I deserve good things. Does that make sense?
Yep, it makes sense. Thanks.
So it's how it's the key word is perspective. How you see what you experience in your life and what you make it mean about you.
Okay, thanks.
Does that serve you?
Yeah, it does. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Hilda. Let's see. So Charlene says, how do you stop being so hard on yourself when you keep trying to heal and understand negative traits about yourself, but feel like you keep going back to square one? So self-compassion, that's the key. So remember that I showed you this guy, that you will always have limiting beliefs and that there's many. If you try to go fix them all at the same time, you're always going to be like, I'm so wrong. I'm the worst person ever, right? But if you take it one step at a time and you work on one belief at a time, and it just becomes second nature, just like taking a shower, of you becoming aware of a belief, looking at it, challenging it, releasing it. Once you get into the habit of letting go of this in a faster pace, it's going to be easier. But in the meantime, don't be so hard on yourself. Be compassionate. You have been living with these beliefs all your life, so you can just erase them on one day. You can, although consciously, see, how am I feeling now? What's in my head right now? And how can I be nice to myself, be compassionate to myself, and how can I allow myself, give myself permission to grow and release this belief? So it's all about self-compassion in that one. Does that answer your question, CK? Thank you so much. Awesome. I love that. Yes. Happy face. Cool. Would anyone else like to ask anything? Barbara says, how can you change your perspective when something is clearly negative? I would ask, what is the evidence that it is negative? Okay, Alejandra, I'll go back to your question now in a moment. For example, at a sad event. Okay, yes, family, a sad event. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's say a sad event could be someone's death. So someone very close to you dies, and it is challenging, and it's an emotional hit to you, right? So it comes to one, your emotional mastery. How good are you connecting with your emotions and letting them flow? And two, perspective. Even though death is incredibly sad, and there's grief, and there's anger, and there's frustration, and all of these low frequency emotions are there, what is your relationship to death? And why do you see it as something negative? So it's your own perspective towards death. So it comes also back to perspective. If it's not about finding the positive in death, no, it's about you being okay with feeling very, very difficult emotions, and also asking yourself, what is my relationship to this that is happening, to death, to bankruptcy, to COVID? What is my relationship to it? And how do I choose to see it? What are the beliefs that I choose to have towards that? So, of course, it is a challenging, emotionally charged event, and you don't have to make it negative. You just have to acknowledge that it's an emotionally charged event, and that you are allowed to feel whatever emotion you're feeling, and that also you get to decide your perspective towards it. Does that make sense, Barbara? Yes. Awesome. So perspective and emotional mastery and your relationship with it. Cool. Such a good answer from my perspective. Thank you, Alejandra. So let's go back to your question. Alejandra asks, what is the best way to identify limiting beliefs from your experience? So it's all about seeing what's in front of you right now and what are your beliefs around that. So if Sylvia, in front of her right now, in this very moment, if she has this bird's poo in her and, stalk her and being disrespected at work, she has to look in the present moment, what is the challenge? And what is she thinking about that? And what does it make it mean about the circumstance? So what Sylvia is making it mean is that she's not good enough. She was always in the wrong place. So that's what's in front of her right now. So that is why it's so important that you pay attention to the present moment, because it is where your challenge is and where your limiting belief is just in your face. So Sylvia is not trying to make $1 million yet. She's just trying to have a good day. And she has to look, what is the limiting belief between her and having a good day? Yeah. So the one that is right in front of you at this very moment. For example, you're trying to look for a job. Then you have to look at the beliefs that are around getting a job. If you think, I believe that there's no jobs, nobody will hire me with this economy, I'm not good enough to compete with the Australian market. Those are your beliefs around the job. And knowing that it's your conscious choice to pick your belief, you will say, doesn't have to be true. I choose to see the other side. There's many people getting hired. I see lots of jobs being advertised. The government is putting a lot of money into lifting up the economy. I have a working visa. So whatever you choose to see is right, right? So Sylvia and Manuela, they're both right. But who is having a better experience and who's manifesting more? And it all depends on what's right in front of you at the moment. Does that answer your question, Alejandra? Let's see, such a good yes, totally. Thank you. Awesome. Cool, guys. Is there anything else you'd like to
Yeah, I
share?
would like to ask something.
Camila, go for it.
Yeah, when you start releasing all these beliefs that you wanna let it go, and you start making some change, you start creating a stronger relationship with yourself, right?
Yes.
Um, I'm like in that point, but and I'm happy with that, thanks God. But I have a worry, and is sometimes I feel so comfortable with myself that I'm putting like a shield for others. So my worry is, what if I don't care anymore about the opinion of others? And that makes me worry, because it's like I feel like I'm so close just on me, that maybe for another person, I won't let another person be in my life. It's like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like maybe I'm so selfish, or maybe I won't be able to allow another person love me, because maybe it's a fear that he or she will hurt me or don't understand me or whatever. So I don't know, this invisible line. I'm scared of that line.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
is the worst thing that can happen if you break that line?
Sorry.
What is the worst thing that can happen if you break that line?
Um, I don't know. Maybe I don't know, because I don't know where is the line. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you feel guilty out of not caring.
yeah. I don't feel guilty. It's more like a fear. It's,
Of a fear of being alone.
yeah.
And why is it? There's so many paths to go there, because I sense some shame and guilt around being selfish. I also sense a fear of being alone, and also fear of setting boundaries, and fear of being selfish. So there's just, like all of this is making you create the wall. Yeah. So there would be like, this would be something I would coach, right? Because there's so many tangents to go around. But a short answer would be, don't feel guilt out of working on yourself. And you will never be alone. And feel okay with that. How do you feel with that?
Mm, it gives me a little of tranquility, but yeah, it's like I don't know what is happening or what is coming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's something
Yeah.
like, maybe it makes me think that maybe this feeling is going to create a bad vibration that is not allow me to attract the things that I really want.
Yes.
Or maybe it's just a imaginary thought, and it's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, like I totally understand you, but as I said, like there could be so many fears and shames around there that there's not just one. There's a lot there. So yeah, that was my short answer. Be be give yourself permission to work on yourself and to seclude yourself. That would be the short answer. The long answer would be I need to, that's something I would coach.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Cool. Um cool. I feel Ilda says I felt the same until I realized everyone have their own priorities and they will make themselves priority over you. Exactly. Like that's the thing. If you have guilt, you could say like there's no guilt, but I sense guilt there, the guilt of being selfish. So selfish is just you focusing on yourself first, so you can better serve those around you, so you can be a better wife or girlfriend, you can be a better worker, and you can be a better friend. So you working on you, of course there's the shame and the guilt around you making yourself a priority. So give yourself permission to do that, and then release any guilt, shame, fear that you might have around that. So yes, what all that the girls are saying. I have to go, but this was beautiful space. Awesome. Yeah, cool. Thank you guys. So yeah, this is my invitation for you today. Just like Camila said, if you'd like to kind of like keep on discovering this and work on this, you can book a 30-minute discovery call with me, so we can kind of like address those issues, see where you are at, and help you kind of like find a way for you to become more yourself and find you where you are. So if there's something that you'd like to do, I'm just going to leave the link down here in the chat box, and I'm also going to send you an email. So if this is something that you feel called to do, kind of like connect with me and find what is that next step, that next limiting belief that is not letting you be yourself. So yeah, feel free to connect, to book a call, if of course it's a complimentary call, and yeah, we'll find your next steps. And that's pretty much my invitation, guys. Thanks, Katarina. Awesome. Yeah, lovely, guys. So yeah, if there's not any questions, I might just hang out here for 5 more minutes. What time is it? Yeah, 5 more minutes exactly. And then yeah, Barbara says, okay, cool. Barbara says, last question. What kind of exercises or tips can you give me when we have a negative perspective and try to change into a positive, at least how I release those feelings? So it's a lot about healing. So all of these beliefs, they're not superficial. They are deeply in your subconscious mind. So there are many ways to do that. There's meditation, there's journaling, there's healing sessions. So you can do that, with a psychologist, you can do that with a coach. So think of these beliefs as deeply rooted in your subconscious. So they're not just superficial that you can just grab them and let them go. You find them, you dig deep, you take them out. When you take them out, it is uncomfortable because you have to look at it, see it, and then release it, and then become a new person. So through meditation, you can do this. If you are very proficient at meditation, your own inner wisdom will guide you. You could also journal, make journaling a habit. You could, have a therapist or a coach. You could do healing. There are other formalities of healing. There's hypnotherapy. There is, some psychics do it. Like people that are really into spiritual development. they will help you with that. But if you want to start doing something, meditation and journaling are going to be the best things that you can get as habits. And then if you want to go further, there are all the other options. So yeah, that's what I would suggest you do, Barbara. Beautiful. Thanks a lot. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining. It was so fun. Let's see. Let's sum up mindfulness practice. Yeah, well, that's the thing, because journaling and meditation are parts of mindfulness. So mindfulness is the art of being present. And the best way to be present is to observe the place as it is. But because we don't have that habit, sitting into the present moment consciously is what's going to develop that mindfulness. So yeah, like as Camila says, you could have a tea and be conscious that you're having the tea. Or you could read a book and be conscious that you are reading a book. Or, you know, like the art of being present. Yeah. Siki says, honored to have been a part of this class. Appreciate you so much. Grateful for this opportunity and thankful. So happy you came. And yeah, guys, this, if there's no more to chat about, we can call it a night and go and enjoy ourselves and practice mindfulness, meditation, be happy. Alejandra, just one thing. Tell me. You have me. I had a clarity session with Kat and I can say she's amazing. Thank you, lovely. Yeah, so go for it. If you'd like to chat, you have the link. I'll also send it to your emails. So yeah, that's what I suggest you do if you'd like to keep on going with this journey. Other than that, seriously, it was so much fun. Thank you so much for participating so much. I love it when you guys interact with me because I feel like I'm talking to people and I'm not just talking to a screen. So that's awesome. If you are also interested, I host some women's circles. So if you'd like to know more about it, just be aware of my emails and then you'll know more about it. Where there's not a class, it's more about women talking together about whatever's troubling them. So that would be another advice for you, Barbara. Look for a community. Talk to people, but to people that you can trust. Talk to good friends, to build a good network of people that get you, that support you. Community is essential. So yeah, Natalia. Oh, sorry, Boo. This is over. Okay, guys. With that, I'm just gonna wrap it up, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you in one of our sessions if you book one, or around in emails and stuff. Okay, thank you guys and have a lovely one.